All right, folks, Virginia McClain here with chapter 16 of Victoria Marmot and the Meddling Goddess. I'm doing all of these off the cuff, so I've done chapter 14 and 15 just now because it turned out they were super short. I'm about to do chapter 16. This is going to be the last one, no matter how long it is. And then I'm going to go eat dinner with my family and stuff. But when last we left our hero, at the end of chapter 15, she had been evading a wolf and a panther who were following her for reasons yet unknown, and trying to lose them on the way to her house, which is very close to the school. By the time she reached her doorstep, she'd finally calmed down, only to find Eric waiting for her on her step. Chapter 16. It was probably childish to take delight in calling someone by a name they hated, but if anyone deserved it, the sparkle-fanged douche canoe standing on my top step did. Eric wasted no time in violating my personal space. "Darling Victoria," he exclaimed again, reaching for me even as I settled into a fighting stance. "I've missed you since this He didn't get to finish, because the moment his hand reached my shoulder, I peeled it off of me and turned with him so that his weight and my momentum acted to take his center of gravity. Then I leaned with him and dropped my own center of gravity so that he had no choice but to launch head over heels into the scrub oak that adorned my front step. "Victoria, how?" I never heard what he was going to ask then, because at that exact moment, 300 pounds of black feline fury slammed into him and started tearing him up. I had been preparing my next round of defense, but the arrival of unexpected feline backup gave me pause. Would the panther attack me, too, if I joined in? Was it here to help me, or just happy to attack whatever looked tasty? My hesitation dissipated when a familiar snarl came from near my elbow, and Seamus as Wolf launched himself into the panther diamond-toothed asshat melee happening in my scrub oak. The panther seemed to be doing its best to coordinate its attacks with Seamus, although it was clear that Seamus didn't have much experience fighting with help, or maybe even fighting at all, as he kept getting in the panther's way. That decided me, especially when Eric took a bite out of Seamus's shoulder, and he started bleeding solidly from a gaping wound. The panther and wolf were both attacking low, so while Eric dealt with them, I went in high, planning to start a series of kicks to Eric's head and shoulders, since he was preoccupied guarding his lower half and wouldn't have a chance to grab my legs. It would have been a solid plan of attack, too, if Seamus hadn't lurched sideways and fallen into my planted leg just after I'd shifted my weight and started the arc of a high kick. Too committed to the move to regain my balance, I toppled forward, and Eric didn't hesitate to catch me and wrap one arm around my throat. "I do not like your friends, Victoria," he mumbled into my ear, and I saw out of the corner of my eye that his clear, sparkly canines were entirely too long and dripping someone's blood. I was already struggling against his hold, trying to gain enough purchase to let me knee him in the groin or administer another headbutt, but he was holding me tight against him with one insanely strong arm, while fighting the dodging and weaving panther with the other. Seamus seemed to be losing steam, but he managed to get in one last lunge, causing the panther to shift course at the last second, and me to scream as the panther's teeth found the meat of my calf instead of whatever else they'd been aiming for. And then the world went insane. Suddenly, my vision was reporting to my brain in a way that did not compute. Everything looked like I'd upped the frames per second rate on my video console, and the world was not quite the right color. Moreover, my feet were no longer touching the ground. I tried to scream, because Eric was now actually strangling me, since I couldn't find purchase on the ground beneath me, and I was suspended in his arms by my neck, but all that came out was a strange growl. The fuck? I panicked. I scrambled against Eric with everything I had, and was amazed when I felt claws unsheathe and drag against his flesh. Eric screamed in agony and jumped away, releasing me, even as I turned and pivoted midair so that I landed on all 4 legs? Seriously, what the fuck? I barely noticed that Eric was running screaming into the neighbor's yard. I was too busy trying to figure out what in the 7 hells had happened to me. "Is your door locked?" a voice asked from nearby. I turned and saw the gorgeous new girl standing completely naked on my front step. I tried to answer her, but a purr was all that escaped me. Really? A purr? I mean, yeah, she was hot as hell, but I was just trying to say the door was open. When that failed, I swayed my head up and down. She stepped forward, turned the handle, and gestured inside. "Come on, we shouldn't let anyone see us like this if we can help it." Baffled by what the hell had just happened to my life, I followed a naked new girl and a limping Seamus wolf into my house. Okay, that was chapter 16. Things take a fun turn from there. Yeah, I'm excited for the next chapter of the book for you guys to find out more about this world and Vic and everything else. So, but I'm going to leave it there because that's all the recording time I've got today. And I just barely squeaked that in, and I'll see if I can upload these sometime tonight. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well out there, and I hope these stories are helping. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and we'll see you the next time.